Hello everyone. This is a no-damage playthrough of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis on the PlayStation 1. The difficulty is set to hard mode. Please enjoy.
It all began as an ordinary day in September. An ordinary day in Raccoon City. A city controlled by Umbrella. No one dared to oppose them, and that lack of strength would ultimately lead to their destruction. I suppose they had to suffer the consequences of their actions, but there would be no forgiveness. If only they had had the courage to fight. It's true that once the wheels of justice begin to turn, nothing can stop them. Nothing. It was Raccoon City's last chance, and my last chance. My last escape.
This is Chopper Delta, preparing to drop off at area E95070. Over.
What are they?
Okay, so hello everybody. This is the beginning of our segmented playthrough of this run. We'll start off real quick by just disposing of this zombie, knocking him down on the ground, and then running through for the opening cutscene of the game.
September 28th, daylight. The monsters have overtaken the city. Somehow, I'm still alive.
So basically, what I meant by segmented was I did this video in parts. There's a total of 17 parts. It's the 17 saves that I made while filming this.
What do you think you're talking about? I just lost my daughter out there.
We gotta let Dario bitch for a minute, then I'll finish up.
I'm sorry about your daughter, but there isn't gonna be any rescue. We have to get out of here.
No! I'm not going anywhere. I'd rather starve to death in here than be eaten by one of those undead monsters. Now leave me alone!
You got it, buddy. We won't bother you ever again. And that is honestly the last you ever see of Dario Barros. So yes, I made this in a bunch of saves because I was actually pretty unfamiliar to Resident Evil 3 original. We'll come around here and grab handgun bullets. We're only going to be using the handgun for a short duration of the game. The Samurai Edge is not a bad handgun, but god-awful compared to the other weapons we get. So we're going to make our way into the office room. We're going to take a bunch of gunpowder A's, and we're also going to need gunpowder B's so that we can mix them up in order to get shotgun ammo. We'll put the game instructions away, since they're absolutely useless. We'll begin by taking the warehouse key. This is like almost like the tutorial of the game. Just getting your first feels for how it plays and runs. This game does something that a lot of the other Resident Evils don't do. Something called selection choices in this game. They play a pivotal role in the game's final outcome. That's why in the title of this video I put best ending, because this is the Barry ending. I won't go into detail specifically on what that means. But by making specific selection choices when they're necessary, it will basically mold how our game is going to go. How we will fight Nemesis later on, how we will avoid certain instances from happening, especially damage, because here we're aiming for no damage above everything else. So zombies have 3 different phases in this game. Normal walking, kind of a turbo run, and then just kind of standing still. A turbo run, do not try to challenge at all. They will grab you, and they will bite you. Best thing I can recommend is taking your time, keeping distance, and just pelting away at them. There are quite a lot of zombies in this downstairs room. I don't know what the hell they were all doing down there, but better off. I don't even know what Brad was doing down there, honestly. Like, how the hell did he find himself in this area? So we're almost out of ammo. It should be just enough to take out all of these zombies. We'll need the lighter oil. And this is where we get the shotgun, which we'll be using for the remainder. We will not be using the handgun past this. I won't say we're using the shotgun the remainder of the game. Definitely not. But the handgun is basically obsolete from here on out. Yes. Also, my apologies. It's taken a little bit to put this video out. I'm just getting over a pretty bad head cold the last 3-4 days. So I finally had the strength to get past it. Again, with a lot of the Resident Evil original games, headshots from shotguns do spray. So we could take out multiple enemies with one headshot shell from a shotgun. And we could basically avoid the Raccoon City streets. So we're going to run right to this area where the zombies are chasing Brad. We're going to kind of hug the chalk on the ground and either aim up or dead center, and we'll be able to take both of them out in one shot. It'll either be a double kill or a double headshot.
Get away!
So right here, you could actually just go back and exit the room. Instead, I went to go check on the different bourbons. But it'll prompt the cutscene to move up quicker.
Brad, why isn't someone doing something about this?
No one's trained to handle this kind of situation. What could anyone do? Listen, he's coming for us. We're both gonna die.
What are you saying?
You'll see. He's after STARS members. There's no escape.
So we'll come right over here while Brad's bitching and moaning and living up to his name, Chicken Heart. We'll grab the lighter, Use it with the lighter oil, and we'll go back out the way we came. Alright, we're going to head back up the stairs and go diagonal the hallway right up the stairs, and inside we could use the lighter on the rope. This is a hall that actually gets a lot of people, or gives a lot of people difficulty, because they usually break through right around here. As soon as you light this on fire, just spam the action button to get through the door. Or you could pull back and let them all line up for the barrel. A couple of K9 will burst out of the flames. Just dodge them, avoid them, and go right into the save room. So now we see our first glimpse of the different gunpowders. This is gunpowder A and B. We'll want to make a lot of C gunpowder so that we could get magnum ammo for later boss fights. I think what I love about Resident Evil 3, the original, the most is the selection choices. And you'll see right now, as we head towards the RPD, how we get the option to pick what we want to do that could shape the face of the game. See, right here, don't do what I did. I accidentally mixed with the combination machine. I could have made more shotgun ammo, but instead I settled for 20 when I could have made 27. And we'll get into a little bit more details after this cutscene.
Jill! Brad! We've got to... Jill! Help! No!
So this will be our first in-game selection choice. We're going to just enter the police station to avoid any sort of damage. The safest approach is the best approach in a no-damage run. Always remember that. A little bit on the specs of how I'm playing this game. I am playing it on the DuckStation PS1 emulator, so if there are any choppy or glitchy or skippy parts, I know I probably just described the same thing over and over again, you might notice throughout the run. In this hallway, there could be one of two paths. Zombies could be infesting all aspects of that room, or they could all be piling out of Marvin's office. We got the good route, which is perfect. We're going to come right back here. Now, there could be a couple of different variations. 0, 1, 3, 1. So 0, 1, 3, 1 didn't work. Alright, so the second combination 4011 didn't work, but it could work for you. And of course, the last combination was the one that worked for me, unfortunately. I must have typed it in wrong too, so we'll call it a fifth. There we go. Now we have the emblem key. So the events that are transpiring right now in the RPD actually take place before the events of Resident Evil 2. This girl zombie could pose quite a problem in the future, so my recommendation is to clear this hallway out. And inside of the dark room is where we will make our first segmented save. This game spans a total of about 48 hours. It starts before the events of Resident Evil 2, during, and after. So right now, the reason we have the emblem key is to unlock the STARS office, which is actually originally locked, but isn't in RE2. Okay, so now we're going to make our way to the STARS office. Put the god-awful handgun bullets away. You'll notice me clip on a lot of different, like, furniture pieces or, like, different pre-rendered graphics in this game. It seems like with the emulator, you clip on a lot of different things. You could basically dodge these zombies. You really don't have to waste too much ammo on them. So the try that again. The lockpick plays a very integral role in Resident Evil 3. We need it for quite a lot.
No! Come anyone! Our platoon is cut off! No survivors found! This is Carlos! Send in support immediately!
Okay, so we were lucky enough to get the Magnum right away. You could get the Magnum or the grenade launcher in respective areas. First spot was inside of the STARS locker. The next part will be inside of the power station later with the Drain Demos. That is where we will get our grenade launcher. We were lucky enough to get the Magnum early, which is a big help. This is going to be our first instance with Nemesis. My recommendation, run right back into the save room. Then go right back out. Depending on where he will be, you might have a jump start to run and get the hell out of there. Just avoid his rocket launcher shots or getting swung at, and you'll be totally fine in that hallway. Get some more gunpowder B. And right here we will take the blue gem, which we will need to progress the story. And now we are going to make our exit from the RPD, as all we really needed was the lockpick and the blue gem. And don't forget, Nemi will be hot on your buns from here on out, especially on hard difficulty. There are certain places he will never spawn, but a lot of the places that you thought that you could take a break, absolutely not. But yeah, one thing to note, as much as I love the emulation of the PS1, it does skip a little bit and comes across as glitchy at times. Like during heavy encounters, whether it's fights or something, it like almost like bounces around. You'll notice it. I'll try to point it out. But yeah, it doesn't happen on every game. It just seems that there's so much behind Resident Evil 3. Okay, so that was a Drain Demos crawling out of the window. You could totally avoid it for right now. If you run a straight line and then hug right to the right, you could totally avoid the canines. Just hit that door button before that one lunges and grabs you. We're going to wax these canines inside of here, as we're going to have to go through this hallway quite a bit. All right, and that is part 2 of the segmented no damage run. So now we will grab the ink ribbon and make a nice save. There should be a couple more ink ribbons here. Again, like I say in every playthrough, you do not have to save at the exact location that I save at. If you're using this just as a normal guide, non-related to no damage, feel free to save whenever you're comfortable. For me, I chose to save in certain spots that I knew were going to benefit me going forward. All right, beginning part 3. Quite a bit of canines out here. We could dodge all of them for right now. You just want to take a wide angle when you're taking on the canines as they usually lunge. Our first introduction to the Drain Demos. Aim down right away. You really just need one Magnum round to kill the one Drain Demos, and then you can re-equip your shotgun. We're actually going to follow the path where we saw Carlos, and there's going to be another selection choice coming up inside of the diner or restaurant. This one plays an important role because this will actually give us extra grenade launcher rounds later on in the game by making this decision. So we'll come in here and we're going to grab we'll use the lockpick, and we'll use the fire hook to open the bottom floor.
What's that?
Calm down, lady. I'm no zombie. My name's Carlos, Corporal of Umbrella's Biohazard Countermeasure Force. What's your name?
Jill, did you just say you belong to Umbrella's army?
Yeah, we came all the way out here to save you civilians. But the mission went bad the minute we landed.
How did he find me?
All right, so another selection choice. We're going to hide inside the kitchen.
Over here.
Are you crazy? You could have barbecued both of us.
Jill was basically like, trust me, I'm a professional, but I'm really fucking not. So basically, this takes down Nemi without us even having to go downstairs. And this will, like I said earlier, prompt us to get some freeze rounds later on, which are important against Nemesis.
I need to ask you something. Why did Umbrella send your team here?
Our mission is to rescue the civilians.
How kind of you. Considering Umbrella caused all this in the first place, those liars!
Look, we're just mercenaries, hired hands. No time for talking. If you can believe me, then join us. Think about it.
All right, so we need to hightail it. As Nemesis spawns literally right after being taken down. Put away the lockpick for the moment. Grab the crank, and then we'll make another save. I'm thinking about doing some no save, no damage runs with, in regards to RE1 Remake and Resident Evil 2 Remake in the coming future, just for fun. Not part of, like, our slated plans. We have Silent Hill 1 that I've already began the blueprints of writing the script for. And we'll begin filming that shortly. Nemesis usually spawns here either running at you or walking. If it's the walking approach, we could run right by him and inside of the Raccoon City Press building. But as I was saying as well, we have some Crash Bandicoot videos in the works as well. And just some more good content for the channel. But now we are going to be strictly on Silent Hill for a bit for survival horror. We will come back to the rest of the Resident Evils probably sometime over the winter. I know a lot of people have asked me about, 7 and Village and Code Veronica. Definitely going to hit no damage modes, but just taking a much needed fucking break. Okay, so there's a specific dodge of Nemesis that I'm going to show you guys how to do right here. Since we already met up with Carlos and didn't have us separate earlier, Carlos isn't passed out in this room, but as we run back now, Nemesis is right here. So once he takes 3 steps, you're going to run and hug the left wall and run right past his arm that tries to grab you. The action is a little bit quicker than my speech, but you could pretty much tell. I'm pretty sure the flames, unless you're like standing in them, don't do any damage to you. So now that we have the 2 gems, we can now put them inside of the gate puzzle in order to get into the Raccoon City Hall. Be very careful in this hallway. Watch out for the zombie head facing your feet, as it can bite Jill's legs. You want to take wide turns. Again, if my voice sounds a little bit congested or raspy, I'm just getting over a head cold, but I've been dying to get this commentary out for you guys on a good guide. We'll wait for all the zombies to get piled up and then just blow them to smithereens. Some more shotgun shells on the body of the police officer by the door. And then we'll go inside the cable car. Always remember to auto-aim around corners if you hear enemies but can't see them. Jill will usually auto-aim, and that will help you take down enemies without having to run right into them.
You're one of the survivors from the rescue team, right? I just ran into your teammate, Carlos.
How did a girl like you manage to survive?
Hey, I'm no ordinary civvy. I'm a member of STARS.
Stars? You mean the RPD Special Force Team?
Hey, is someone wounded back there? Oh, this looks bad.
They're coming. Get ready. Fire. Fire. Stay together.
My man's
Calm
fucking
down.
delusional.
You're safe now. Everything is gonna be okay.
We'll head to the back of the train for more cutscenes.
So, Jill, did you decide to help us out? It looks like we're the only ones who survived. We should work together.
No, we can't trust her.
Why? But Sergeant, we need her help. Our unit's down to you, me, and Lieutenant Mikhail. That's it. And Mikhail's hurt bad. If we don't cooperate, we won't be walking away from this mission.
Fine. Then let's go over our plan. We're moving to the clock tower area, which is the designated landing zone for the extraction chopper. Once we get there and give the signal, the chopper will fly in and pull us out.
That's a lot of ground to cover. I don't think we can make it on foot.
The main problem we have is that the landing zone is cut off from here by the fire. So we have no choice but to use this cable car to navigate through it. Fortunately, we can also use it as a moving shield to get us through the worst areas.
That works for me. Good plan, sir.
Okay, people, let's get moving.
Jill, put this on.
So what Carlos gives us is an inventory upgrade, which gives us 2 extra slots. We'll grab the wrench. And now we're going to make our way back. I don't know if you remember, but where the canines were jumping out of the fire, we need to get the fire hose and put out those flames. So now as we go through the Lionsdale Yard, which will be important for a small part later on, we have a bunch of zombies, one that busts out the door. We're gonna wax all of them. Well, yeah, pretty much all of them, if I remember correctly. I don't know, I finished filming this a little over 2 weeks ago. Some Japanese food sounds good now just from reading that sign. Since we have to go through this hallway quite a bit, any hallway that you have to go through, it's better to not take chances of dodging zombies or monsters constantly. It's better to just eradicate them of the area. Alright, so first order of business with the wrench, though, we are going to make a detour at the Staglia gas station. Or Stagla gas station. A fan favorite. Fucking thing is a piece of garbage. So now we'll use the wrench to finish using what's left of the crank and actually open the shutter. And by the selections we've made so far in the game, Carlos will meet us here instead of running into Nikolai.
Jill! Hey, the zombies are getting restless.
I know. I can hear them. What's going on?
So basically, if you want to see a Rambo scene,
What's wrong?
They're coming! They must have sniffed us out. They know we're here.
Hey, calm down.
no, Rambo's active.
Any objections to my playing hero this time?
What are you doing? Carlos!
Yeah, so basically, if you go by the door now and click on it, you can watch Carlos actually be Rambo. It's fucking hysterical. This puzzle is kind of RNG. It's random. I've actually never fully figured out how to solve this one. Usually I do like B, C, D, A, B, D, B, A, D, and then eventually it links to what it needs to be. And you need it to coincide with the red dot in order to unlock this. And again, because of our selections, Nikolai is not in here. Carlos is with us, which again, we are going for the best ending. We grabbed the oil, but the place is burning down, so let's get the hell out of here.
Carlos! No!
Relax. I'm not dead yet.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. That hero stuff is harder than it looks.
Nothing like cheesy 90s commentary.
Ouch, my ears are ringing. We both should be deaf by now. Okay, I'm gonna scrounge up some equipment. There might not be any at our destination.
Okay, so now we got the oil. As we head back down this hallway, you're going to want to hug this wall. This door will burst open. If you've hugged the wall correctly, aim directly up. Let the zombies pour out, and you could take 2 to 3 heads at a time. Did a little spot check of auto-aim to make sure that there were no other zombies alive. So right now we'll take the bronze book. And we'll get this puzzle taken care of so that we can get the battery from that statue. Basically, what I did was I routed this game in a way that the fuse for the cable car we find pretty early on, but we don't actually take until later on. That way, when we go back to get it, the area is pretty clear. Damn, we got pretty lucky right there. Almost clipped into a zombie. Alright, so over here, we'll just place the bronze book like so. That'll stop the electrical current. We could grab the compass, and now we're just going to replace it in the statue. The zombies that we ran past have now populated this area, just absolutely waxed them. More have also populated with story progression. We're starting to run on the lower side of shotgun shells, but don't worry. Alright, so this part will be coming to an end, as in part 4. And now we will load up part 5. Okay, so in part 5, we're going to grab the battery. You could either get dogs that spawn out of here, or crows. Crows are obviously the safer bet, but I never get lucky in this game, I've learned. The RNG pattern for me seems to be, fuck you, Rob, you know. Although I adore RE3 OG, it's actually one of my favorites. It does not love me back. Alright, so they're preoccupied eating flesh. We could just run right by. So now we're kind of backtracking. More drain demos have spawned. Make sure you have the Magnum equipped. And I like to lightly tap the action button to, like, skate across the ground. There should be a total of 2 drain demos in this exact location. One shot from the Magnum should finish them off. With the grenade launcher, it may take 1 or 2 if, unfortunately, you got the grenade launcher in the RPD. But coming up now, where we are heading to, the power station, is where we will be able to get the grenade launcher, or respectively the Magnum if you got vice versa. As soon as we get up here, just start auto-aiming and just unloading. We need to clear this area out no matter what. Take a hard right and head through the gate over here to the power station. Alright, so on the electrical box puzzle, first we'll take the gunpowder bees, but there will be 2 puzzle versions that we have to solve. One will actually open the location to the fuse. The other will open the location to the secondary weapon, which is the grenade launcher in our run, as I said just before. Alright, so this one is red, blue, blue, blue. That will open the fuse room door. The second one I was actually, like, stumped on for a second, and I was like, damn it, I remember it, but I don't. So let me sit here and think about it before I keep entering in wrong numbers. So, right here we'll reset. And as I'm sitting here thinking about it, I was probably also thinking about what I could be eating in this moment. Normally that's what I do. So basically, red, 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 blue. Red, 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 blue. And that'll allow us to get the grenade launcher. Another selection situation has arisen. We are going to head for the emergency exit to avoid damage. Now that we've unlocked this door, we'll be able to go back through it later on and avoid any zombies. There's the trademark stars. Alright, so this is a pretty easy dodge. Just get right underneath where he is. Try not to clip on any walls. And hug left. As I said a bit earlier in the run, I did open the door to grab the fuse for the cable car, but did not grab it at that moment. We will come back for it. Because right now we actually have to backtrack a little farther to get the hose. Okay, so right here, there are just a shit ton of zombies guarding our way. Really don't worry about using your shotgun shells. Eventually, we're no longer going to be using the shotgun. When that zombie breaks out of the cop car, there are grenade launcher rounds inside of the cop car. We will eventually grab them. For now, just worry about clearing the area. That'll finish up part 5. So now we'll head back through the parking garage. So you could either get dogs in this location again or crows. We were fortunate enough to get crows. Right through the back of this alleyway, you could find the fire hydrant. We will use the wrench, and that'll be the last usage of the wrench. So right now, drain demos have spawned in this area. You could use the crate, not the crate, the barrel to blow up one of them, also using the magnum to blow up the other. Alright, zombies have populated the area in between the RPD and the coffee shop. We are backtracking now because, like I said, we're going to use the fire hose to put out the flames. As soon as we go inside of here, there will be two drain demos. Don't worry about the crank on the floor. Just line yourself up where you get close enough so that it doesn't hit you, but you could also kill it. We've run out of magnum ammo for the meantime. Get close enough to the drain demos. It might get up again from one grenade shot, but before it could hit you, just blast it to fucking the nether realm. I think that's from Minecraft or something, I don't even know.
Wait!
What did you do?
I had no choice. He was about to turn into a zombie. It would have been a threat, so I eliminated it.
But he was still conscious, wasn't he?
He was as good as dead. And it took fewer bullets to kill him now than it would have if he had transformed.
Okay, so for the computer code, there are 3 codes. There is Safsprin, Aquacure, and Adrenaline or something like that. So I obviously fucked up typing right away. Nothing new to my daily life. So Safsprin is spelled S-A-F-S-P-R-I-N. I believe we get it on the second shot. If you do want to find out the actual valid answer for your run, the computer screen, the CRT that's hanging on the wall in the top left of this room, will actually show you a commercial, and it will tell you the name of some sort of, like, pharmaceutical drug, and that'll be the answer. But playing this game through about 3 times since practicing for the no damage, I knew it was one of the 3, so we got Aquacure. Alright, so now we're basically in the food cellar. There's going to be a bunch of gunpowder A's. And I think there's also gunpowder B's on the far left wall. We're going to need to start combining this shit. Oh no, there's just the oil. The oil additive to make it actual oil. A's and B's we're going to start making into C's for magnum ammo. So from the looks of it, Nikolai got bodied. We have an entire shopping mall filled of zombies basically piling in one hallway. Hitting that pipe is kind of very risky. Be careful aiming at it, as they could still be alive and bite your legs. Aim for the head most of the time and avoid the pipe if you can. Okay, swing to the left. Move up just a little bit. Trying to get all these zombies in one location. Usually you could take all 3 of them out at once, but I think they were spaced out enough. Yeah, I just ran the fuck out of this room. Okay, so now we'll come to the save room over here. And this is where we will begin mixing some of our A's and B's. So the combination for C's is BA-AB. And that'll give us 2 C's. You combine them, you have the double C. We need triple C for the max amount of Magnum ammo that you could get in this game. So we'll take another B and another A. We'll do BA. Not sure why I didn't finish combining right there, but yeah, you could combine all 3. Because we want the maximum amount of Magnum ammo going into this next stretch of the game. Just make a good judgment call on the path you take past these crows. There's going to be another selection choice in this room that has to do with the Gravedigger worm. We're going to grab the power cables for the cable car off of the sedan over there. And now all we have to do is pick up the fuse. Okay, the safest thing to do here in a no damage run is to always climb up. Do not drop down. It's not worth doing yet. Best advice, just climb up. And now that all that is done, part 6 is complete. Okay, I think I was trying to figure out right here what exactly I wanted to do. Still haven't mixed those C's up. What the fuck am I doing? Okay, so now we'll grab the grenade launcher rounds I told you about that were inside of that cop car. Now we combine them. Okay. You don't have the combining tool, so... Yeah, guys, before you leave the save room, or if you can, go back, combine those, just so that you can make the Magnum rounds earlier. No reason to just hold on to them like I did. Not sure why I did that. Maybe I just tried to prolong the need to use them. So now we're going back through the power station to grab the fuse, and we'll get the cable car moving. Alright, we got all the parts for the cable car. So, just to describe a little bit of different things, the Barry ending, although I won't go into deep specifics till we get close, is based all on the decisions you make throughout the game as we're doing right now. There are a few different endings, I think maybe only 2 or 3, but one is the best or fan favorite. So now we're going to cut through the store alleyways. Note, as we come through the Raccoon City Hall, we will have a Nemesis instant once again where we have to dodge him, which is coming up right now. Totally avoid those dogs. Okay, so from watching fellow YouTubers, such as the names of Matt Durock, Carcinogen, and Stars Redfield, I found this dodge to be very helpful thanks to them. Wait until he starts running, run to the right a little bit, then swing left. I think I ran a little bit too far to the right, but it seems that if you hold up right after he starts sprinting 3 steps, it's always a guaranteed dodge of his arm. If not, you seem to always get clipped. So again, as soon as he takes 3 running steps, up right. Then get around him. Okay, and now we're going to have the Gravedigger sequence. So for the Gravedigger sequence, we gotta pray to the fucking gods that he doesn't spawn right in front of us and hit us. You want him to spawn through the windows that have, well, the walls that have the buttons near them. So of course he spawns right in the front, that's no biggie. You wanna come here quick, hit the button, and get the hell out of there. Pray to God he doesn't break through that hole in the wall right in front of you. And then we'll take the ladder out of here. We don't fight the Gravedigger yet. Eventually we will. So we have to mix the oil additive with the oil. We're going to put all the pieces we got together in the cable car. Cutscenes.
It looks like we're ready to go. Here, take this.
Okay.
That was the gift I was mentioning
Nikolai?
from the restaurant kitchen.
Joining us.
I understand.
Carlos gave us flame rounds.
I'll operate the cable car. Let's go. It's looking good. Mikhail!
So right here you could equip your grenade launcher, but we're not even going to take on Nemesis inside of the cable car.
Mikhail!
Go right back out the room.
Get out of the cable car now!
And more
Mikhail,
cutscenes.
wait, don't!
Get out of here! Hurry!
Mikhail.
R.I.P. to a real one.
No, the brakes are out.
Another selection choice is coming out. Always choose to jump out the window. Based on location,
It's useless.
jumping out the window will put you in a better spot for this next location area. So instead of spawning in a different location, we actually spawned next to the train because we decided to jump out the window. A bunch of our zombie fans will be following us. Behind this picture over here will be the first part of the clock tower key. I think at this moment I was just trying to look around. I actually never sat inside of that save room for longer than like 5 seconds. I was just like kind of run through it. This is also a new encounter because of jumping out the window.
Well, we both managed to survive. Maybe we can start helping each other again.
Yeah, it's been rough. But we can rest now.
No, we're the only ones left. There's no rest for the wicked. Here's a gift for you.
My man is hooking us up with the best rounds in the game. Freeze rounds are absolutely important when taking on Nemesis versions 2, 3, and final. Well, final not really, but 2 and 3, yes, absolutely. And I named the different Nemesis types by like just numbers, but basically Nemesis Type 2, which is the clock tower fight, and Type 3 in the disposal area. You definitely want to have a good amount of freeze rounds. They do the most damage on him. Alright, so now we'll take the reloading tool, and we'll make 24 Magnum rounds. Go put it back away. Now we have some more gunpowder. We have both A and B. When you see a plethora of gunpowder, definitely don't pass it up. Even if you don't have much room and there is a save chest near you, always put it away. You can't go wrong with having extra ammo, especially on hard difficulty. My half-awake brain thought that these were the two keys I could combine, but it's actually two different ones. Well, one of them. We got a bunch of shit on us right now. We need to start utilizing some of the stuff we have on us. We'll combine these up again. AB. Make some more double C. And unfortunately, I have to do a lot of backtracking to the item box. Only because combinations and how frequently you have to keep using the reloading tool in this game. I do like the reloading tool aspect, just gets a bit annoying unless you've fully mapped it out. Gang is all here to see me once again. They just keep following me. As you can see, part of my video sometimes jumps and jets. Literally all I did was walk through the fucking door, and it literally skipped an entire, like, 3-second event of me walking through the door. Nothing took place in that time span. As you saw when I went through the room, there were crows. I don't know why Duck Station doesn't pick up certain parts, but just avoid the upstairs hall of tarantulas. Spiders are pretty easy to dodge in this game. Just watch out for the acid. Now we've reached the clock tower. We're going to use the clock tower key, and we'll be able to finish this part and make another save. So downstairs in the main hall of this location is a music box that basically tells you the answer to the music box puzzle up here. Basically, it's all about pitch and tone. So it's really not one that, I mean, you could definitely get wrong. You just kind of have to listen to how the music box plays the song and then try to hit the exact tones. As so. Which I think I actually mess up the first time, so don't feel bad. See, I messed up B right there, and because I messed up B, it fucked up the whole puzzle. I guess my pitch is off. This was also filmed at, like, it wasn't too late at night, but I think I was just, pretty tired. So if you do mess up, just listen to the pitch one more time. You'll be able to get it correct within 2 or 3 tries. God, I forgot how long this puzzle is. Holy shit. Okay, I think I finally got my pitch corrected. Oh, music to my ears, get it? Damn, that took long. All right, we got the Chronos key. The Chronos key can be combined with the clock tower key. Captain Bonehead right here forgot that he needs the other part of the gear. This is what you call somebody who has played the game multiple times but was trying to figure out the best course of action. So right now we'll combine the magnum ammo. We're going to have to put something away so that we can make our save. Okay, I guess I go with the flame rounds. Poor fucking flame rounds always get shafted. Alright, and that will conclude part 7 of our segmented run. You could combine the C gunpowder with grenade rounds to make a bunch of acid rounds. Again, the C gunpowder with the grenade launcher rounds. And you make freeze rounds that way. We could combine the clock tower key with the Chronos key. We'll take out the flame rounds. If I ever decide I want to stop clipping and go down the fucking ladder, that'd be cool. We have another selection coming up right now. We're going to use the light here. By using the light, it's going to knock Nemesis off of the clock tower and actually avoid him chasing you around for a bit of a duration. But what it will also do is, based on the RNG pattern of us having the zombies in front of the RPD, the Drain Demos in certain locations, it will probably signify that Nemesis will have his rocket launcher during our Nemesis Type 2 fight, which is the hardest variation and version of him to fight in Type 2. There is a version where Carlos first jumps in and shoots the rocket launcher out of his hand, but in this version we will be taking him on with his rocket launcher. Okay, so in this hallway, it could either be Drain Demos that spawn, which are like the Chimera-looking creatures, or spiders. I couldn't particularly tell what it was, so I just shot. And even if it is the spiders and you decide to shoot the spiders, always go back out of the room, because baby spiders will bite your feet that spawn outside of it. So kind of wait till the auto-aim locks on. The other spider dropped down right there. Probably could have taken him out as well, but wanted to reset the room. Didn't want to take any chances with being hit. On top of the cobwebbed umbrella agent, there are more grenade rounds. This tarantula is positioned in such a way that we could basically dodge him now. When he's on the ceiling, he's of no danger to us. Okay, so for this puzzle, this is one that I just recommend looking up. It's very hard to describe because there are like 6 different combinations for it based on if the first clock is at like 7 o'clock or 5 o'clock or 10 o'clock. Best thing to do, game FAQs or an IGN walkthrough. It would just take too long for me to explain all 6 of them. And once again, I believe that I put in the wrong amount. So if we look at the clock right now, we got 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like my clock was at 5 o'clock. And what I did was I did it for 10 o'clock at first and screwed it up. So when we get to the right combination for this one, which is it looks like from my standing, that the 5 o'clock is my puzzle solution here. Multiple solutions for this puzzle. So yes, obviously it did not work. God, this part I was very sloppy. You know what it is? There's so many combinations for so many of these puzzles in this game that it's very hard to knowledgeably, unless you have the notes down, know exactly which puzzle answer is which. So right here I'm trying to just gauge based off of the clocks which one it could be. That's when I start to realize that it is probably 5 o'clock. So we'll put the crystal in the first one. The obsidian in the middle. And the amber on the right. So for the 5 o'clock puzzle, it is crystal, obsidian, amber from left to right. That gave us the other gear, the gold gear, and now we could mix it with the silver gear. Just a note, we will be taking on Nemesis Type 2 right after we put these gears combined inside. I think I was expecting there to be some grenade rounds there, but unfortunately I didn't get them. Usually Carlos leaves them there. I don't know why. I didn't. So, with this, your best bet is to save the game before the Type 2 fight, especially if it is with the rocket launcher. I'm going to try to give the best guide on how to fight him, but it's a lot of RNG, this fight. But I will give you the best tips I can. Okay, again, so if you followed it the way that I've done it, you're going to be taking on the variation of Nemesis with the grenade launcher, or rocket launcher. So fucking save that shit ASAP. This concludes part 8. We want to make sure we have our magnum ammo equipped. We have our freeze rounds for this fight. We'll take the lighter and lockpick for after the fight. We're going to need them. So it's better to just take it now.
We're saved. Down here! It's finally over. Huh? No!
Alright, here we go. The fight breaks out right away, folks. I'm like a commentator on a reality show. You're going to hold upright as soon as this mini cutscene where Jill gets infected happens. Hold upright. We're going to run completely right around the statue, hug the grass right over here, and we're going to use that statue as cover while he shoots rockets. Once he runs at us, we're going to dodge past him. He shoots a total of about 5 or 6 rockets until he drops the rocket launcher. But trust me, the rocket launcher is dead accurate. We'll wait over here. stand back here, and we'll hide behind the pre-rendered debris. It'll actually trap him in stasis. Not stasis, in a state where he actually cannot hit us. We're basically cheesing the fuck out of Nemesis. So once we hear the loud scream, he's not dead yet. Once he goes down, we'll equip the freeze rounds. Hit him with about 2 of them, as the dust from the freeze rounds does damage. Stay back and unload every fucking shot into him. And that is how to defeat Nemesis Type 2, no damage.
Jill! Jill! Hang in there! What have I done? I'm sorry, Jill. Please, wake up! Jill! Jill!
October 1st, night. I woke up to the sound of falling rain. I can't believe I'm still alive. Carlos?
It looks like our roles have been reversed from when we originally met, huh? Don't worry, Jill. This chapel is safe.
I've been infected by the virus, haven't I?
Hey! Take it easy.
I'm okay. Don't feel any pain. But that's what bothers me. If I can't feel anything, then what does that mean?
Don't give up, Jill. I'll take care of you. Whatever you do, don't let that virus beat you.
Usually means you have depression like me, Jill. So basically, now we are taking over as Carlos. We will end that part because we do not want to have to redo the Nemesis Type 2 fight. That'll conclude part 9. So now that we have taken full control of Carlos, we need to head to the hospital and mix the vaccine base with the actual vaccine to get the antidote to save Jill's life. Zombies have populated this area. Just take your time. You're really in no rush. There's no countdown or anything. These zombies, you kind of want to just go to the edge right there, lure them out. These ones are pains in the asses, because when they fall down, you can't tell if they're actually dead or not. So, best bet is to always do a spot check, aim down, shoot. I usually choose to run around this table just to avoid, God forbid, any of them are still alive. And remember, the emulation of this game, especially the one I have, is a little glitchy and jumpy, so might be parts where it looks like I'm literally like speed skating or moving quicker than I am. So there's no train demos in this hall. We got lucky and got the spider spawn. Could run right by them. In here, Carlos can push the bell. Quite a bit of zombies are guarding the hospital doors. Best recommendation is to give yourself a little distance from the red barrel. Let the zombies come to you, then shoot the barrel. As so, there might still be a few stragglers. Those stragglers I wouldn't even worry about killing, just put them down so you can run past. I took a lot of precautions inside of the hospital because we are going to be introduced to hunters in this game now. So I do save, I think, 2 or 3 times. So there are multiple parts inside of the hospital. Look it right for that door. I swear the hunters in this game are actually a little bit more cheeky and annoying than the hunters in RE1 Remake. We're going to use the tape recorder.
There also appears to be a slight fracture in his right arm.
We are going to take the elevator path of the 4th floor first. Followed by B3. Taking the 4th floor first has just always been a good strategy. Alright, we have a mob of zombies. It's good to encounter them right away so you don't have to encounter them later. They do spawn in either location. Quick spot check. We found out there was another zombie. You see me, I keep auto-aiming. That literally is just to make sure that there's no other zombies.
Don't shoot! No! Nikolai? You're still alive?
You saw what happened?
What's going on?
I'm one of the supervisors. That's all you need to know.
Wait!
Okay, as we already knew, Nikolai is a piece of shit. We're gonna come back here. There's a sick room key. There's also a picture right over there if you're collecting the pictures in this game that shows parts of the outbreak as it started to happen. Alright, so for the sick room puzzle, what we need to do is we first need to go into 401. We need to see which side the, I want to say, metal electrical tray is on. There could either be worms or zombies in there. Obviously, there were worms. We saw that the tray was on the right side, so we want to put it on the opposite side of it. So we will put that metal, I guess electrical tray, that's what I could basically call it, on the far left. Obviously, I fucking suck at pushing these. I just keep walking right into them. But is it me or is it the game? But let's blame the player. Because I'm pretty shitty. Alright, well, that locks into place. And this is another safe puzzle. It could really be a bunch of different combinations. So we'll try a couple out. 2, 5, 3. That one did not work. Could work for you. 1, 0, 4. And it did. 104 ended up working for me. You could look them up online. There's, I think, 4 to 6 different combinations just based on your run. I believe you could find it on a piece of paper located somewhere in the room next door. I believe it is on the dead doctor to the left in room 401. That would require you killing the worms, and that's too dangerous for no damage, but that's how you could actually find out that puzzle correctly. So what I do is, after clearing out all of floor 4, we end part 9 and head over to part 10 and finish up the hospital location. So we'll make our 10th save right here as part of our segmented run. Okay, now we will head down to B3. We're going to use this bomb on the wall to our advantage after this room for the hunters. Yes, unfortunately, hunters fucking spawn. Why wouldn't they, right? As soon as you enter that room, there will be a piece of garbage standing right there. You could shoot that bomb on the wall, but obviously I can't hit my shots. So just make sure you take down these 2 hunters. I do an ammo check just to see what I'm at. Grab the medium base. Right now we're going to synthesize the vaccine. The password for this synthesizer puzzle is always 13A. Perfecto. So now we have the vaccine medium. Once we try to escape this room, though, of course the hunters will break out. Make a beeline straight for the door. There will be hunters populated in this hallway, I believe 2 of them. Use the bomb at your discretion. Oop, wrong room. Once we get back out into that hallway. So right here, auto aim, hit the bomb on the wall. Takes care of one of them. Let the other guy kind of walk up and approach you, and then put him down. Just a friendly heads up, when we take the elevator down and we head back to the first floor, there will be 2 hunters populated in the room that we got the tape recorder, so have your assault rifle ready right now. Got lucky on that swing. Just missed me. Thank Christ. So now we will combine the vaccine with the vaccine base, which will make the actual antidote. And now we will get the fuck out of the hospital. Annoying fucking worms that populated this room. Don't know why. Just make your best effort to get out of there unscathed. We have to bring the vaccine back to Jill. And then we will be heading to the Raccoon City Park. You thought it would be an easy trip back, didn't you? Don't pay any mind to this idiot. Just completely backtrack and go into the room behind you. To quick turn, just hold the analog stick back while hitting square or whatever your action button is. Nemi could also spawn right in this area, so just make a beeline straight for the chapel.
Hey, are you okay?
Yes. Barely. What's going on?
No way! That monster just doesn't give up!
What? I thought we killed that thing.
No, it's been waiting for you.
He's playing with us. Carlos, do you think that it's unstoppable?
No, I don't think so. I'm sorry, Jill, but I've got to go take care of a few things. Oh, and bad news. Nikolai is still alive.
Nikolai? Are you sure?
Yes. I don't know how, but I do know that he is our enemy. Remember, don't trust him.
Alright, so now we know Nikolai is alive. We're in control of Jill again. As soon as we take control of Jill, we will end this part. I try to edit out the saves as best as I can. I think I might just fully chop them out if I do save no damage runs. Okay, so if I remember correctly, this part we get incredibly lucky. So he breaks through right in front of me. I let him lunge. I run right at him. Run that way. Realize I gotta go through the door that he broke down. So for everybody else, run through the fucking door he broke down. Just completely dodge him. Captain Bonehead over here. He'll continue to chase him, chase you. Pay him no mind. Just continue to outrun him. Be slow as shit. Alright, we'll use the lockpick right here. This is actually another save room. I swear to God, there are a lot of save rooms in RE3. We'll take the park key. We just want to grab these ink ribbons because we're fresh out of them. So, we're not going to save right here, but we want to make sure that we have them. Don't be afraid to use your magnum here to wax these guys. We're at the point right now where the magnum is not going to be the main priority. It's going to be the grenade launcher with the freeze rounds. All right, the Raccoon Park. We have some hunters. We're going to take the far right stairway, straight down. We either get dogs here or hunters. Unfortunately, it's hunters. Wait for the animation of them getting up in order to shoot them. If you take any earlier, it won't actually register as a shot, and if it takes too long, they'll fucking cut you in half. I do an auto aim here, just to kind of attract the dog. Absolutely body it. They're undead, don't worry. Again, another auto aim. On this fine gentleman here, we could find another park key. Yep, just keep in mind that there are hunters still populated in the main part of the park. Alright, so the control panel answer to drain the water here is actually over by the shuttered door where we have to get to. What we need to do is we need to get the white gears at the bottom and the darker gears at the top. First attempt was an absolute fail. Let's use a big Robbie brain moment here, folks. Down. Up. Bring that one down. And scoot, scoot. Let's go. Now this drains, we could take the ladder down into the park sewers. Avoid the wormies that drop down, the wormy boys. Okay, so this location right here, we see some interactive zombies actually being what they are, the undead, and actually crawling out of a cemetery. First time you'll actually see it in a Resident Evil. This is a place that I highly recommend you save your progress. After this part, we will be taking on the Gravedigger, which is the worm tremor type creature. We want to make some acid rounds here for the Gravedigger fight, but honestly, you could use I think it's 9 acid rounds to defeat the Gravedigger. What I actually use as a tactic I figured out from a couple different people, it's the knife trick. All we're going to do is basically dodge the Gravedigger every time he comes out of the ground. He does a full ground attack 3 times. Once he does a full ground attack, the lampposts that are near the water actually tilt. We will use the knife to actually swing at them and basically take him out. The electric from the actual spark of the lamp doesn't actually do any sort of damage on the HP counter to Jill if you do happen to get hit. It's more of just like a stun, but it is a killer movement for the Gravedigger. So if your first strat fails, you have the acid rounds as your backup strat. Grab the grenade rounds over there, and then we will grab the gate padlock keys for the park. There are some papers here to progress if you would like to read any information.
All supervisors, mission terminated. Return immediately. Repeat. All supervisors return immediately. Over.
Another cutscene.
I'm quite impressed you've managed to stay alive up until now.
And you seem to be doing a pretty good job of looking out for yourself. How about helping out?
I have no intention of helping you.
Because we're nothing but pawns in all this?
In a manner of speaking, you are. Our employers wanted a detailed analysis of the zombie beings which were created through infection by the T-virus.
You're saying that they deliberately sent in a military unit to be butchered by their creations?
Not exactly. Although the conditions encountered on this operation were extreme, it was an unexpected outcome that the team would be wiped out. We were only required to collect live data from the subjects.
Ah!
Another mutant!
I give one more final save so that we don't have to go through that cutscene again if, God forbid, you know, you get clipped or hit or die. Again, a couple of extra saves that probably weren't necessary, but it's better to be safe rather than sorry. In a no-damage run, you want to do things in such a way that you're taking precautions to make sure that you stay alright without being hit.
What's going on? Whoa! Oh my. What was that?
Alright, here's the strategy, folks. Run up. Keep enough distance that he lunges at you a few times. Once he's arched up like that, that will be considered one of his first ground attacks. Keep enough distance away. You get danger close here, and now he'll go underground. Now we don't know where he is, so you gotta try to listen for the rumbles and see where it is on the ground. Got very lucky there and dodged him. Continue to always move. During this fight, because the ground is shaking and rattling, there are some moments where Jill kind of glitches around. Kind of just waiting and baiting him to come on over here, hang out with us. Ooh, baby, we got close there. now he does his third and final lunge, which was so close I could feel him on my butt cheeks. Oh no, that was the second one. Okay, we got one more. Oh, he was right there on top of us. Just stay out of his range. His range is usually a couple of textiles ahead. His hit damage box is pretty wide for an enemy in Resident Evil. Final hit, now he'll go underground. Alright, and what I was talking about with the lampposts, if you hit them correctly with the knife, it'll actually knock them into the water. See right here, it just literally glitches my game and completely skips over absolutely nothing. It's another portion where I just have no idea why the Duck Station emulator sometimes does that, but basically all I did was knock the two lampposts inside of the water, lure him over, and boom, done. Like I said, during like major boss fights or like weird interactions, sometimes it's very skippy. But for the majority, we're pretty good. Got very lucky with those dodges right there. I adjusted the volume a bit, just to lower a little bit of the in-game volume. Alright, so now we're going to be heading to the final portion of this game, called the Dead Factory. A lot of zombies populate inside of the Raccoon Park now. Take your time, keep some distance. You could use the acid rounds or flame rounds. Damn, there's a lot. Just kind of wait for them to come on the stairs. I kind of go fully around. Reason I went back out there is to reset the room, just so they're back in their tethered spaces, which means like they're back where their spawn points are. Use the Magnum. There you go, buddy. Boom. We could use the last 3 Magnum rounds to clear any zombies out. We'll take the top right stairs, go down here, and use the padlock key. Yeah, I've sat there actually trying to just use the padlock key on it, but all you have to do is press the actual padlock, and it'll unlock the door with the key for you. Alright, another selection choice. We're gonna choose to jump off the bridge. Much safer. It'll also stop Nemi from chasing you around, and also avoid a couple of zombies and hunters topside. Yeah, much safer choice right here. This is a consistent strat I've seen others use, as well as myself, in my last playthrough of this, right before I did this segmented run. If you're going for a speed run, it is going to be different than going for no damage. I don't necessarily ever do speed runs, mostly no damage, but you'll take different approaches in these games. In each way of the playthrough, I should say. Okay, that will conclude part 13. And we are on to part 14. Everybody's favorite water puzzle is coming up. There is actually a pretty significant way of figuring out the answer to this. My recommendation would be to obviously look up the 6 different patterns, but to tell which pattern is which, that's where the trick comes in. What you're going to do is you're going to look at the first 2 levels of the frequency, and I'll show you once we get there. Okay, so boom, we put that in. We see that the first 2 notches next to the sample are a high frequency and a low. So that would be the high-low frequency puzzle answer. So if you have game facts up and you're trying to figure out which one it is, that would mean it is a high-low. So we would need to put in the high-low one to match it. So for high-low, we would hit A to the left once, B to the left twice, and then C to the right twice. And since we looked up at the top of the sample and we saw it was a high and low frequency, we were able to figure out of the 6 combinations which was which. You could save it after that water puzzle. I know people are usually like taking a breath of fresh air after solving that. But honestly, once I found out that trick, the puzzle's not as hard as I remember it when I was a kid.
Rescuing you is becoming a full-time job.
Thanks, Carlos. I owe you.
Listen closely, Jill. They're going to launch a missile directly into the city as soon as day breaks.
At dawn? But that's only...
I know. We don't have much time left. We have to split up and find a way out of here. And hey, watch out for that traitor Nikolai.
My man's really trying to get some action in the middle of a sewer. Respect. Alright, so now Carlos is around once again. We're staying really close with Carlos. This is good. In this room, it could be Drain Demos, it could be hunters, or it could be zombies. You want to walk and also auto-aim, pre-fire your area just to see what it is. It is hunters. They're in the water usually. You could outrun them. Zombie right to our left. There are quite a few zombies in here. I mean, you don't have to waste all of them. Just the ones that are in your way. Alright. I'm just gonna keep running into the fucking table. As soon as we go in here, there will be Drain Demos right in the hallway, I believe. Maybe that's a little bit later. That's right.
Nikolai?
Forgot there was one more Nikolai cutscene. So once we do go back into this hallway, this hall will be populated with Drain Demos. But that was preluding that every time we think that Nikolai's dead, the bastard's still alive. With all this gunpowder, we're going to make a bunch of freeze rounds, and that'll be helpful in fighting Nemesis Type 3. And now we'll just clear our inventory, combine the Magnum rounds. We have 34 total freeze rounds, which is more than enough. Alright, folks, we're coming up on the end. This will conclude part 15 or 14? I'm sorry, I think I numbered them wrong saying them out loud. Whatever it is, this is a segmented run that we broke up over a span of time. I filmed it within a matter of like 3 days, just due to time restrictions. I just don't have the extra time right now for no save, no damage. In the future, I'd love to add it to my channel. Just at the moment, just can't. Alright, just a understanding. This puzzle right here, the smoke actually does not hurt you. Does nothing to your HP counter. But people think that with Jill's reaction, she's actually getting hurt. So just follow the way that I'm hitting the puzzle. Out on the far left. Now we'll head back in. Now this is going to power up the, like, garbage disposal room in the Dead Factory where we're going to take on Nemi Type 3. So on our way back, we just want to make sure, for all the naysayers that'll be like, but you got hit and she made like a ouch noise. We made sure we just didn't get hit by any of those smokes. Drain Demos will now be in this hallway. Skip right past. Okay, since we cleared out the part of the hallway that is necessary, there's nothing in this room that we need. We're just going to head right for the fight.
Warning. Proceeding with operation in treatment room. Please evacuate immediately.
Okay, so for Nemi 3, there's going to be an impromptu opening part where he gets hit by the acid inside of one of the pipes here, showing you that you can use the pipes to stop him from hurting you. We want to try to avoid these pipes. We're going to use the flash freeze rounds on him right away. Once he gets close and goes down, if you keep hitting him, run right by him and then finish him off. If you keep him in this stun lock with the freeze rounds, it'll do a significant amount of damage to just finish him off. And like I said, we have a plethora of rounds, so don't worry about it. And that is Nemesis Type 3. One more to go. Alright, we have 2 selection choices left. The last one is optional, but feels really good to do. This next one is very important. So the camera angle changes just to kind of screw with us. New test subjects have spawned. We just want to clear a path, honestly. Don't worry about using any more of the freeze rounds. We're honestly not going to do any damage to Nemesis in the final bout. All we're going to do is use the electric gun to destroy him. I had to think of a name for whatever it was. The pulse cannon or something like that. Final save coming up right here. Alright, folks, it's all or nothing right now. Let's go handle our business. So we do have that key we could use to get the rocket launcher, but honestly, you really don't even need any weapon to take out the 4th form. Yeah, as you saw, zombies populate that hallway. There's some magnum rounds right here inside of the shelf. Last shelf. This will be the final selection choice with Nikolai in the helicopter. We'll choose to negotiate with him.
You're still alive. Such persistence.
Nikolai?
Sorry, but there is no escape from here.
So again, just choose to negotiate with Nikolai. I know you're probably feeling like an action hero, but...
Is that your plan?
I made certain none of the other supervisors survive. Since I'll be the only one who knows what really happened, I'll have more bargaining power when it comes to discussing my bonus.
Then why kill me? I'm not on their payroll.
They want to eliminate it for reasons of their own. The amount is modest, but there is a reward to be claimed upon the confirmation of your death. Although I'm sure I'll miss you, it's time to say goodbye. You can either accept death with dignity or die with regret. It's entirely up to you.
Jill, what happened?
Carlos, Nikolai beat us to the chopper.
I guess this is it then. But I don't want to die in a place like this. This isn't over yet. I'm not giving up, Jill. We still have a chance.
Okay, so in this location, if we run back into this room, we will see the Barry cutscene that confirms that we got the best ending. Jill won't be able to tell, nor will Carlos, but us as fans could tell who it is.
Jill!
This is John Shep. Over. I've come to retrieve Jill. I can see there's no time left to bring her back. This is the stars. Please come in, Jill. Here. Are you there to come? Come in.
Hey, he just called your name.
Who could it be?
It doesn't matter. We should tell him where we are. That's it. We've got to find a way out of here. Now!
So, for the final boss fight,
Missile attack confirmed. Warning.
once the
Missile attack confirmed.
electric pulse cannon
Emergency level.
breaks a path,
All personnel
we want to try to
evac
keep Nemesis
immediately.
in his final form in that pathway. So we're going to strafe back and forth, kind of, you know, luring him to come and hit us. First up, we have to power up the nodes for the pulse cannon. This area, there is a save chest. Auto aim, there's a zombie down there. Just avoid these zombie heads as they can grab your legs. The upward ones can't. There are some shotgun shells there if you're still using the shotgun.
Checking system.
A fucking badass cannon.
Checking battery. Warning. There is not enough power to activate the system.
So while we're doing this, Nemesis will spawn. If you look around the room right now, there's a gigantic, massive battle that took place. If you remember from Resident Evil 2, when there were 6 pods, when Mr. X dropped, it seems like the other pods landed in this general area, and there was a fucking battle. Kinda awesome. Alright. Nemi, final form. We'll keep our distance. He shoots acid. We'll head over to number 2. Do a quick turn, head over to number 3. He's sitting on top of the metal grating. Got pretty lucky right there because it turned into a cutscene. That's what it's called, rail cannon.
Executing quick charge program. Preparing to fire.
Okay, we'll avoid back here. We'll kind of guide Nemesis to come over here to where the cannon will shoot. We could hear the noise of it charging up. Thus putting Nemesis right in front of it. So now we will take a turn into this area, which the choppy cutness of the change of camera angle was weird there. We literally just missed a poison shot. The game clips like on its own, which is strange. I guess this emulation is just not very good. So now what we're doing is we're swinging from side to side, kind of having Nemesis stay in this area. Just avoid his hits. Takes about 3 or 4 shots to finish him. And that is it, folks. That is the run. We have one more selection choice. We're going to choose to exterminate him.
Warning. System overheating. Entering cooldown mode.
Exterminate this bastard. Nothing but sweet justice.
You want stars? I'll give you stars.
And that takes care of Nemesis. And with that, we just escape getting the Barry ending with Carlos. I want to thank everybody so much for the passion they've given me on these Resident Evil runs. We will get back to the remainder Resident Evils around the wintertime. Stay tuned. We have a video of Crash Bandicoot coming, as well as entering the Silent Hill town. Super excited for that. Thank you guys so much for the love and support through this entire journey. See you in the next video.
Jill, look! Chopper's coming in! Yes!
Thanks, you saved us.
I couldn't let you die.
Is it you?
Are you ready to finish this?
It's coming!
Yeah. It's the end.
That's it. Umbrella's going down.
And now we have a rather unfortunate turn of events. It seems that the President and the Federal Council have passed judgment over the civilians of Raccoon City. The President and Federal Council have ruled that the Bacillus Terminate operation is the best course of action for this extreme situation, and have since executed. Based on that fact, Raccoon City has been literally wiped off the map. Current reports have the death toll surpassing the 100,000 mark. Our hearts go out to those poor civilians of Raccoon City.